Do this in your 20s and 30s or you'll regret it in your 60s. If you're in your 20s, 30s, listen closely. I've talked to hundreds of men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, some worth millions and some worth nothing. And almost all of them have the exact same regrets. And every single one of those regrets could have been avoided. So here's what you must do now to avoid becoming one of them. Your 20s and 30s are the most important decades of your life, but not for the reasons you think. Not because of money, not because of your career, but because everything compounds. So I've wasted years chasing the wrong things, and most people do. So let me help you skip all that. Regret number 1, not working enough on yourself early enough. So most people reach 60 still emotionally the same as they were at 18, just with more scars. Most adults never heal their childhood programming. Most men avoid therapy, reflection, self-awareness, presence, and their ego just becomes a prison. Emotional immaturity destroys marriages, friendships, and careers. I didn't start my inner work until I was in college, and thank God I did that, because what happened to me was I actually got a DUI. And that, for a lot of people, can be a life adjustment. It certainly was for me. So if you hadn't had that wake-up moment, I would just ask you to wake up, because I wish I would have started even earlier. This course correction of how I viewed my life at that time, that one thing changed my course direction and solved 90% of all my problems. Number 2, not building meaningful relationships. At 60, your relationships are your wealth. If you don't intentionally build a circle in your 20s and 30s, you will not magically get one later. You can't just open the door and step right into relationships that you've abandoned for all of those years. So what you can do is you can network intentionally. You can choose friends who challenge you, which is what you want. You don't want the ones that are just agreeing with you. And you invest in trust, because long relationships over periods of time are based on trust. And you need to avoid the transactional type relationships. So you need to replace your drinking buddies with lifelong allies. I've personally watched wealthy men die lonely because they never learned how to build real relationships. Number 3, neglecting your health until it breaks. So you can get away with anything in your 20s until you can't. Every bad habit compounds. Every missed workout compounds. So this is what I call death by slow accumulation. The signs to watch are stress, poor diet, no sleep, no exercise. And this basically turns into a midlife collapse in your 40s and your 50s. And it's irreversible by the time you're 55. Trust me. So I've never met a 60-year-old who said, I regret being healthy, but I've met hundreds who said the opposite. Regret number 4, chasing money instead of skills. So most people chase jobs that pay more instead of becoming someone who can earn more anywhere. So what you can do is you can learn high-value skills early. Like right now, AI is changing the landscape. That means everyone starts at the same place. Pour yourself into some kind of new technology like that, and you will emerge a winner. You can build competence this way, but you also need to learn sales, leadership, and communication. You just need to recognize those things first. And you should be using money as a tool, not as a goal. Money should only be used to get your time back and to spend more time on your health and your relationships. If I could go back, I would have built skills faster and chased money slower. And then the momentum would have built on its own. Regret number 5, not taking enough risks. And I'm talking about calculated risks here. Because nobody in their 60 regrets the risks that they took. Only the ones that they never took. So people often talk about the trips that they didn't take, the places they never went to, or the businesses that they didn't start, or maybe the jobs that they stayed in, or the girl you didn't ask out, or the girl that you had and you lost, or the move that you were just too afraid to make. So my entire life changed because of the risks that I took in my 20s and in my early 30s. Number 6, not having a money strategy early. So you don't need to be rich early. You just need a direction. You just need to know what road you're going down. So some of the things that helped me was I learned early how money works, because it does work a certain way and you are in a game whether you know it or not. And avoid lifestyle creep. You guys all know what this is. It happens to all of us, and it just sucks away the time and takes you off of your path. And start investing early, even small amounts, in all kinds of things that you don't fully understand, but just understand them. That's why you make small mistakes, and eventually you'll find your different paths toward investing. And definitely live below your means. So for me, I only live on my cash flow. I almost never eat into my nest egg itself. And focus on cash flow and, of course, your consumption. If you're going to buy something, make sure that it replaces your cash flow, because sooner than later, you'll just run out of your cash flow and you'll have a bunch of things that depreciate like anything else. And, of course, build on your financial literacy. Most of us were not trained financially in school, so you have to go outside of the system to find those things. And there's plenty of books and YouTube and conferences and things like that that can help you on your path. So I was broke in my 20s, but I was not financially stupid. And that's what saved me, because I understood I was making really good decisions on my next moves, even though I didn't have the money. So regret number 7, not choosing the right partner. This is a big one. This one thing determines the quality of your entire life. Your partner can literally double your success or cut it in half and make things miserable for you. So some of the things that you can look for is you need to be extremely aligned in your values. And what are those? Those could be spiritual. Those could be the way you raise your kids. Those could be health. Those could be travel. Those could be all kinds of things. And just avoid chaos at all costs. The drama will creep in, and ain't nobody got time for that. Look for emotional stability. In other words, as you become more present, more grounded through meditation or whatever you're doing, you'll start to see these things, and you will see the emotional instability all around you. And then you'll be challenged. And so just continue to look for that emotional stability. And build love through shared goals. My wife and I, we sit down each and every year. We set our goals for the year. For our health, for our relationship, for our travel, for our loved ones. All of those things are planned and scheduled, even now, all the way through 2026. And don't settle into loneliness, because this can be extremely lonely. When you're building your kingdom and you feel like it's all on your shoulders, you can have a little pity party too. Don't do it. Branch out and just look for new life. Number 8, not building a life you actually want. So most people build a life that they think they should want, not the one they truly want. So one of the things that I had to do was just reject society's checklist completely, which is work hard, get a good job, hopefully you'll make more money over time. But you need to design your life intentionally and look at it critically. Where are you? Because nobody really cares. Your health, that's a report card on you. Your financial health, that's a report card on you. Your relationship health, that's a report card on you. So what is it? From A, B, C, D, and F, where do you sit? And then design your lifestyle intentionally to bring those all to A grades. And clarify to yourself what success actually means. It means very different things for very different people. Even in my own family, it means very different things. Not that yours is right or wrong. Just be clear on what yours is, define it, and then you actually have a road to go to. So your 20s and your 30s, those are what I call blueprint years. If you don't design that blueprint for yourself, somebody else will. So what I tell my emotional younger self, if I could go back and talk to my 25-year-old self, this is what I'd say. Focus on who you're becoming. The money will come. Build relationships that last decades. Take care of your body. It's the only one you get. And don't wait to live your life. At 60, what you regret the most are the things that you did not do. If you want to know what I'm investing in now in my 60s, the things that actually give me freedom, time, and options, I put a link below showing the exact real estate projects I put my own money into. But even if you never invest with me, I hope you take this seriously. Your 20s and 30s are the foundation of your entire life. Build it wisely so you don't end up 60 with a list of regrets that you cannot undo.